$311,000 is how much money I have lost this year. Part of being a day trader is simply just losing money. Can you accept the fact that you will lose? There will be trades on any given day where you will lose. There will be times where you finish the day in the negative. There will be times where you finish the week in the negative, even the month. The most important thing is for us to try to be consistent on the long term. Being red on 1 month, 2 months out of the year doesn't mean anything as long as we're doing what we need to do those 10 other months. It's okay, guys, to lose money. It's part of what it means to be a day trader. And remember that there's always risk and there's always reward. At each time we hit the buy button, there is potential reward and there's potential chance of losing the risk. And so, are you willing and able to manage and take on this endeavor of losing? And for me, I happen to lose 50% of the times, 50% accuracy. Half the times I hit the buy button, I lose money. Can you believe it? How do you have the confidence to still go forward if you're only at 50%? You bring this back to grade school, 50%, man, you're miserably failing class. You're at an F. And so, how in the world can we be comfortable knowing that we can potentially lose and still be focused and courageous and do what needs to be done? So, this recap, we're going to talk about how I've lost $300,000 this year and still managed to be profitable. I'm still net green $122,000. Now, are these ratios pretty? No. But what cannot be denied is the fact that we have made $100,000+ working about 1 to 2 hours a day. It is insane. There's no commute. There's just me and my computer, and I'm right by my bedside. And so, are you willing to make 400,000 on any given year, but are you willing to lose 300,000 of it? If you are, then day trading is something that you could potentially do. For those of you who can't stomach losing that kind of money, this is not the field, this is not the business. This business, it's the equivalent of a performance-based sport. It's an art, and I usually use the analogy of boxing. Even the best boxers get punched up sometimes. You get caught with an uppercut, you get knocked down, but you get back up and you keep fighting. Stay focused, you be courageous, you prepare yourself for the next round, the next fight, and keep going. So, with that being said, let's quickly mention our disclaimer. Remember, guys, day trading, like any other business, as you guys just saw, is risky. And it has its pros and it has its cons. It's great when it comes to being consistent and you getting it done day in, day out, and you start gaining that financial freedom. And we'll even go as far to say freedom of time, because it takes so little time to get it done once you know what you're doing. But the other side of it is mental, psychological warfare. A lot of emotions. If you're a very emotional person and you have a lot of feelings, it's gonna be hard as hell. It's not going to be easy, because that's what we're doing here, is managing our emotions and in turn managing risk. So we have to be the best managers that we can be, because ultimately we are the CEOs, we are the head of facility, we are the managers, and we are also the employee. And so you have to understand yourself, you have to have great self-control, and you have to also be able to hold yourself accountable. So remember, day trading is risky. If you don't have the cash, don't go all in. It's best to utilize the simulator where your exposure will be limited. Utilize risk money where your exposure will be limited as you learn, grow, and build confidence and competence. All right. Remember, me doing live streams and recaps is not an invitation to copy trade. Trying to copy trade me is a fast way to blow up an account. Remember, you have to get a good foundation for this field of trading, and there's formal ways of doing that. Lastly, remember, I do not invest money for my subscribers. Tons and tons of fake accounts are popping up every day. We're banning and blocking them left and right, and they continue to create new accounts. So stay safe out there. I will never ask for personal information, and I'll never ask you guys to send me money. So today, let's talk about how I added to the deficit of this $300,000 bill and note that is sitting there. And today we're going to add $340, $342.09 are going to add to that red side of things. Relentless, how did this happen? So I woke up today and I checked the scans that I usually would use here to see what stocks are moving. And when I tell you guys, this scan looked so awful. The very first comment that I put in my chat room today was, hey, I'm going to just go back to bed. And I'm just saying this jokingly, but the scanner was so bad. It was so soft. Nothing really looking great. I think some of the guys were trading some more expensive stocks today. The scans just were looking so bad. And I knew it. I told myself, hey, you're going to use small size today. And lo and behold, the stocks that were moving were stocks that were very, very, very cheap. And in order for me to see any sort of profits, I would have to use some sort of size. And so immediately the plan that I had to just take it easy and stick to 500 shares on all the normal price stocks that I would have normally been trading around, let's say $2, $5, $10 and up, was shot down when the stocks that I clicked on and saw that was moving up were around 14 cents. And it's not to say that a 14-cent stock is a bad stock, because they also have tons of opportunities, just price cheaper, right? There's some stocks that are all the way up to $500,000, right? There's some stocks that are around 1,000, and you have the stocks around 300, and some around $50, and then so forth going down, right? This one here, LIFW, right? MSP Recovery Inc. So this was the stock that I was trading today, and when I tell you guys, I could not get it done. Despite it moving up nicely here and giving this opportunity, I could not capitalize. And this was around 10:45. I believe I left out around 11 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. I want to believe I took, let's get the show trades on here. I believe I took trades coming up in this range. Oh, no, I didn't. So I actually missed this move. My memory looks like I might already be gaining some, oh, let's not say that. My memory is terrible here. Anyhows, I traded it early, and it looks like I should have stuck around. So I might have left out around 10:20 actually. I think I left out here on the day, right here. But anyhows, in the areas that I did look at, I'm watching for continuation, and we just did not see it. So we start off with this nice curl right here, and I'm looking for us to continue to push. We get the nice move here initially, but as we pull back off this topping wick, there was no bottom in sight. We continued to drop. I stopped out quickly and ended up taking some small losses. So from small green right here to going red on the way down. And this was very typical for this week. I lost a ton of money on the pullbacks. Again, right here. And this time was even worse because we got over this white line, which was resistance at the time, the VWAP, and was looking good. Bottoming wick on this red candle, good full body green candle, quick bottoming wick here. And so I got long thinking this thing is going to just go right back up like this. And that was not the case, stopping out again lower for another loss. But it looks like I should have stuck around, because the better move came between, let's say, 10:50 and 11:30. I was already out of here. So this is where I could have potentially done a lot better. And let's see, percentage wise, this was about a 100% move. Is this 100% move, really? Let's look at that again. So we went from 10, yeah, about a 100% move actually. We went from 10 to 20, and then highs of 21. So this is what I should have been trading, but things did not go according to plan. This is what I needed to be watching, because as you guys know, I do my best as stocks are going higher. Now you might say, Relentless, you're primarily trading, why didn't you stick around? Well, a lot of the times when the first hour is slow, the rest of the day is slow, and the time could be spent best doing other things. We do have other business ventures. Now, there's an opportunity cost. Time that you're spending doing one thing is time that you're not spending doing something else. And so hence the endeavor. And we must choose. But at the end of the day, we have to live with our decisions. So even seeing this, I'm not frustrated by any means. It's part of the deal. If you leave out early, something could happen. You could stay here and nothing happens. You just have to be consistent with whatever it is that you are doing. So that was LIFW. We also had AGRI. This one here, we took a loss of 169. And this one a little bit more disappointing because it felt like the spreads were pretty tight. Another cheaper stock around 15 cents or so. And here we are attempting the red to green. And so the stock has been selling off from the open right here, coming down, coming down. And then we start to surge up. Volume starts to surge up a little bit. And so I'm watching at it, and I attempt to take the trade here on the pullback for the move up and end up getting chopped out. So I'm in fine initially, but I don't hold long enough. I come out for small gains, and then I try to get back in. Well, I'm in right here, it pulls back, I stop out, and then it goes. And so I buy back a little higher right here, and we had sellers at the time. I'm in fairly high. I'm in 24,000 size and looking for the continued push, but it's so delayed. And under normal circumstances, trading for 5 years, there's a way I expect the stocks to go in these key areas like this at the high point. And this one was not following what the strong ones would usually do in these areas. And so for those reasons, I sold. And again, I sold too soon. It did ended up going up a little bit more after I came out, let's say like a good 40, 50 seconds afterwards. So getting chopped out of those two trades is what put me on the red side. I did tell myself that I like that I like that I traded the opportunities that would usually work, even though things were a little slower. Because sometimes it's pretty easy to say, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna change what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go try something else. These are the patterns I usually would trade every day. And it's why, when they work, it's why we are able to be profitable despite losing 300,000s, because when they work, the ratio is a little bit more in favor to the side of the bulls when things are aggressive. They continue, they give another step, and then another step, and another step, maybe sometimes 3 steps going up, almost like this if we're to draw it, right? So we push up right here, it gives a drawdown, and then we push up again, then another drawdown, and we push up again, and then we go into the moon just like that, shooting up like a star, right? So that was AGRI. And so let's talk a little bit about how, for those of you who are looking to get involved, how you can get started, right? There's a few ways you guys can get started, as we come to our calendar. It's been a pretty decent year so far. Let's come to the calendar here. We're not green every single day. So I have to import, we were green Tuesday, Wednesday, and red, I believe, Thursday, Friday, which is not great, as we definitely could have avoided the loss here today. But yeah, so we got 3 red days on the month so far. We're going to look to shape up into the 3rd week, and we will improve, all right? So it's not a bad year by any means. How can you guys get started if you are interested? Guys, check out Merciless Markets. This is the day trading course that I have, and it is top notch, not the garbage that you'll see out there and limited information nonsense. This lays it all out. Every single thing that I know is in this course. And is it going to guarantee that you are successful? The answer is no, because it still comes down to availability, it still comes down to dedication, it still comes down to consistency. It's why not everybody will ultimately go with this field. But the rude reality is that no matter what field or sector you go into, in order to be successful, those are the same constants. Being consistent, disciplined, and available. You need all three. And it's tough sometimes because we're all in different situations. Some of us working two jobs, and it's harder to be able to put in the time. Some people a little older, some a little younger, maybe a little bit less responsibilities. It all depends. So you, the individual, have to make the decision for yourself in terms of what you think will be the best for you. And so for those of you who are rocking with me and you are interested in day trading, check out Merciless Markets. This is the day trading course, and we have a wicked coupon right now for 40% off. Code Vegas will get you 40% off silver or gold. Gold is a yearly subscription, silver is quarterly, right? And we're actually going to increase this to every 4 months pretty soon as we're getting some big updates coming out. So, if you are a gold member, you'll be entered into this raffle here for the chance to win a trip to Las Vegas in November, right? We're going to announce the winner on the 30th with a live stream spin, right? We're going to spin the wheel, and it's going to be crazy, man. We did this before while we were giving away a free course, actually. So that was cool. This will be pretty interesting as well. And to get to give yourself more of a chance to win, you can send in a 15-second to 1 minute clip talking about your favorite strategy in the class. Right, so let's come down. Relentless, what kind of strategies are you talking about? Right, so here's our curriculum. If you guys come on down, chapter 14, recognizing the setups. There's a ton of setups here, as we just mentioned. The red to green, maybe that's your favorite pattern, right? The red to green. We also have the chapter 24, which is live examples of those patterns and setups, right? So, the cup and handle, maybe the flat top, right? The W with the ABCD. So yeah, you can send in a 15-second clip and double your odds in potentially winning a free trip to Vegas, all expenses paid for, including flight, travel, food, stay, hotel, everything. You'll be pampered and taken care of by Marcelo and myself. So, for those of you who are not interested in joining the course, and yes, the prices are going to go up as we've added more to this course. We've added scanners, we've added halt levels, and there are some more things that are still coming as well. So, if you are interested in the course, you can use coupon code Vegas for 40% off the current prices, because the prices will go up soon. If you're not interested in the course and you're already around the community, you can check out the Discord, right? You can become a silver member where you can gain access to our wonderful chat room via a read-only mode. I'll show you guys what that will look like actually. Let's see here, server settings, roles. We'll view the server in this particular role so you guys can see how it is as a participant, right? So as a participant, if you're to join our community, this is what it looks like, right? So let's say you're interested in seeing all the call outs and just reading the chat. You're not really too, fixated on typing and writing and stuff like that. Yeah, you can join it through a read-only mode, which is just $6.99, a McDonald's Happy Meal or something like that. So if you want to check out, the chat, see what's going on, feel free, right? Feel free. We're pretty active in here. We're talking all day long. So yeah, check it out. For everybody else who wants to be all in, you guys can be sure to check out the blue member, right? The elite member, which will give you access to the chat room in full, voice channels, texting, screenshots of charts, everything of that sort. So most people in the chat are blue members, all right? And we have over 3,900 individuals. We're almost coming up. In fact, by Monday, we'll probably be at 4,000. We're closing in on 4,000 here pretty quickly. So yeah, the chat room is booming. Check it out, guys. Join MMU right now if you want to be sure to dodge that price increase, which will come later in the year. So with that being said, I have a terrible cold if you guys can't tell. I have a cold year round, man. It's just so bad. But anyhow, this is what it's all about, man. Trading every day, having a good time, showing when it's red, showing when it's green. Not just, oh, hey, I'm green every day. No, not none of that garbage that you see. This is the real deal. And this is what it means to be a day trader, is that you will have red days. $300,000 in losses, down $300 today. Are you okay not making money every single day of the week? Let's import actually. Let's go ahead and import my data. So I'll import from the 11th and then we'll shut it down. So let's go back to the 11th just in case I traded more on that day after that import, and then we'll upload. So let's see. Hold on. Trader view. No. Broker. Export. Save. And then trader view. Import. Choose file. And I'll pull this over to the side. I got a bunch of like videos and stuff here. All my Instagram reels. Let's see. Let's go ahead and upload that document and then we'll be good to go. Boom, boom. Here we go. So let's check out this week. How was the week? Let's give it a few seconds and then we'll refresh status. Okay, so that was pretty quick. So there were some duplicates which were ignored. Great. Calendar, September, where we at? September 11th onwards. So I'm very disappointed in today, man, because I could have avoided it. But other than that, I think it was a great week. 2,800, not the best week. We've been averaging between $4,000 and $10,000 the last couple of months, except for like 1 week. So yeah, pretty decent stuff. Our accuracy dropped down tremendously compared to earlier in the month, and we definitely lost a ton of money, as you guys will see here. We lost $10,000 this week. So as mentioned, losing is a big part of the deal here, and we have to make sure that our drawdowns, which right now I'm down $850, isn't too bad. So, but are you willing to do this? Working just an hour or two every day and still on a slow week like this managing to make 2,800 bucks. It's not bad. And if we check out last week, right? Let's see, last week, the 4th to the 8th, we did a little bit better, 3,900. Not that great. It's been slowing down. So, we got to improve. Whenever things start slowing down is when we got to start picking up and make sure that that balance is there. We gotta step up our game essentially, and improve. So far in the month, we're at 6,000, which is it's not a great month so far, but it's better than nothing. And we have another 2 weeks, so the goal will be, hey, kind of worst case scenario 10,000, but of course we're gonna push for 15, 20K. Really and truly, just 1 or 2 days can make a huge impact. So we'll see how it goes. I'm always looking forward to the opportunities. At this point, there is no challenge because it's just me versus me, and I will beat myself every time in terms of being my best self. There is no way in hell that I allow myself to slack off here. There's 0% chance of that happening. So I feel confident and I feel great. In fact, I'm ready. If Monday could be here right like this, I'd be ready to go. So have that confidence, guys. Right? Just know that you have control and you have to work on your discipline so that you can have that confidence, because even if the market turns to the worst, I can go down to one share and not lose any money. Like, that's something I could do. Is a drastic, yes, but it's a pretty crazy example, but it lets you know that we have control. All right, so take care, stay safe, stay green. It's been RT, and I am signing out.